What up, everybody? It's your girl Melissa, woo woo, and y'all, it's Thursday, and I'm so excited. Okay, before we even start, how do we know that the weather out there was just gonna switch on us? We know it. It's crazy, but I hope y'all are tuning in, staying in your nice, cozy, warm area, listening on KUHSDenver.com. And today, as you know, we've been promoting all week. I have a special guest with me today, China. How are you, girl?
Melissa, I'm super excited to be here with you today. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. This weather is crazy out here, and I jumped from sweater to take it off and have a short sleeve shirt, so it's just be prepared.
Yeah, I bet it's beautiful out there, though. I know it is.
Yes, and you have to make it out here sometime. If you're ever out here, I'd love to host you and show you around because there's so much to do in Colorado, and the mountains are just unbelievable. And me living here, I love it. So I always like to share it with everybody that comes out. So if you're ever in the area.
Okay, so tell me the truth. How's the food?
Okay, it just depends where you hit. Okay, I think we all have those places. For me, it's those little off spots that no one really goes to, and I'm the one that like travels to the little place down in the corner, and then they're like bomb food. And then you go to like the major chains, and you're like, it doesn't compare to going to like real good like soul food, Mexican food, good Asian food. You just gotta find those off the spots areas.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yes, so when you get out here, girl, I got you. And so, super excited to have you on. And, for our viewers out there who might not know who you are, maybe you'd like to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about you, before we head into all the juicy details of today.
Well, my name is China Bethany, originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia. And I own a company called Rich University. It's a fintech startup that's specifically for women of color and minorities, helping them to get into the world of investing. My goal is to normalize this wealth conversation amongst our community, and I am the Bitcoin mommy, so I'm excited to talk all things cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and ways that you can make your money work for you.
Yes, and we know you're the Bitcoin mommy. Love this song. I have this song. I'm like, come on, girl, work it. I'm like, you sing out of that. I just want to buy Bitcoin just because of that song.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So it's on point, and I know you're an entrepreneur, author, and today we're going to be talking about your Rich University as well as Bitcoin and how to invest and help people in their wealth. And so, a lot of people don't know, even including myself. I kind of get confused on Bitcoin a lot. I've looked into it, try to search into it, but it gets kind of confusing. So let us know how this program is for you and what you're doing with the Bitcoin wealth. I know it's Bitcoin baby, mommy.
Yeah, so I am the Bitcoin mommy, and I produce the Bitcoin baby, which is my brand ebook.
Yes.
Yes, and it was designed, Melissa, for exactly what you just said, for the person who knows nothing about Bitcoin, nothing about what we're talking about with cryptocurrency, to be able to have baby steps and baby terms to be able to understand what it is that we do.
Yes, and trust me, I'm one of those that need it. I'm always asking people, like, what really is Bitcoin? And everyone's just always like, go search it. Go Google it.
Oh, gosh. No, so we're going to get into all of that. So ask me whatever you want. I'm here to serve, and I'll keep it simple.
So what is the whole Bitcoin? Okay, so you have your book, and it's helped step by step. Let's talk about your book. So you're the author of the book, and for us, like people like myself, I know I'm about to go buy this book because I need to learn it, I need to know it and understand it. So maybe just share a little bit about the book and like everything Bitcoin that you can share to not give it all away.
So the book, once again, was created with you in mind, the person who knows nothing about it, that may be a little intimidated or feeling like, okay, this is not for me. Not only do I provide you resources of where you buy the Bitcoin, what to do with the Bitcoin, when you should buy or sell the Bitcoin and who's doing it. But I also provide you with strategies to understand why I'm so excited about it and so successful in it. And so, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency, it's digital money. It's the highest performing asset class of all time. It's outperformed gold, silver, real estate, oil well, in any business that was ever created. So
Mm.
when you understand that, you don't have to understand everything about it to know that it's a big deal and you want something, right?
Yes.
So most people, when they see that today Bitcoin is 50,000, they feel like, okay, wait a minute, what is this Bitcoin? Okay, now I know it's the highest performing asset class of all time, and it's outperformed all of the other things that I know when I think about investing. I don't have 50,000. What do I do? You can invest $5, $10, $20 in it and get a fraction of the Bitcoin. Why would you want to do that? Because it's a better place to store your money. It's a better place to store your wealth. So let's give a simple analogy. You want to save some money for next year. Let's just say for a wedding or to buy a house or for your child's school or to pay off some debt. And you start to save $50 a week in your bank. At the end of that year, you're going to have probably 0.01% of interest that your money has grown by sitting it in a bank. But if you would have taken $50 a week and put it into Bitcoin, then at the end of the year, if the Citibank analysts are correct and some of the amazing experts when it comes down to Bitcoin are correct, and we close the year out at $300,000 that each Bitcoin will be worth, and you came in just buying $50 a week at 50,000, your wealth has grown significantly. So the difference is a better place to store your wealth because it protects you against inflation and it is the people's currency. So once again, the best way that I can explain it to you is that it is the highest performing asset class of all times. And if you're going to invest into something or if you're going to talk about money, there's no way to leave the conversation out of Bitcoin.
Yes, and I tell you, I've been watching Bitcoin. I see their numbers. Like, I'm not, I don't know a lot about stocks, but I watch it go up. And I remember seeing it like a couple weeks ago, like go up like 10,000. And I'm like, what is happening with Bitcoin over here? Like, I need to know more information. So I'm super excited about your book and being able to read it and our viewers out there because I know a lot of you have questions. Everybody's always kind of put like their dab into that unknown, like what is Bitcoin, should we step into it, and how does it work. So yes, thank you so much for sharing that. And I know you were at Rich University, you're the owner of Rich University, and so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Rich University was created so that we could provide a community and a platform for brand new investors to come in and start investing into things like silver and gold, investing into real estate, investing into starting your own business, or foreign exchange, cryptocurrency, binary options, even e-commerce. And so we created a community of like-minded people where we provide resources for them. So I have a community called Rich University VIP for group coaching, and the group coaching allows them to really get their mindset developed properly. Because if you're going to be successful in life, it's not just the skill set that you need the proper mindset.
Yes.
And once you are realizing, okay, I have the proper mindset, then I need to be around the people who also have the right mindset. Because if you are wanting to do things, but the people around you are comfortable with whatever they're doing, a lot of times it can rub off on you, right?
Yeah.
So you want to put you in the right environment so that you can be producing those ideas and the things that you see, because you have the support and resources. So it's just amazing. Once again, my heart is for women of color and minorities specifically to get into this space and normalize the wealth conversation.
Yes, and it's so good because I believe, like, us as minorities, we kind of step back a little bit and we kind of, fear the unknown, or we've never been taught how to invest or have someone who truly coaches us. So it is so amazing that you're out there helping women and women of color, everyone of color, getting out there to learn more and being able to not only invest like financially, but also to learn to invest in themselves, which is great, which is awesome because it's empowering as women to step up in that role and know that like you get it and you're doing something. So that's amazing. I love that.
Yes.
And so I know your focus is a lot with women, right, and women of color. And so I know you're working. You actually have an event coming up on Sunday, I believe, with the Steve Harvey Foundation with single mothers in the meetup. And so your heart is for women. So tell us about that. Tell us why your heart is for women.
Yeah, it is because I believe that the woman is the one who puts everybody before her.
Yeah.
The mom puts her children before her, the wife puts her husband before her, the daughter puts her parents before her. We put everybody before us, and then we're last. So everybody else get what y'all need, and then we get whatever we need last. But then we expect for everybody else around us to put us first because we put them first. But no, no, no. People are going to treat you the way you treat you. If you put yourself last, they're going to put you last too.
Yes.
So it's really important that women see other women who they can identify with, who they can relate to, that they could learn from, and that we could be more empowered, leaning on each other and learning from each other in an amazing way. So I'm honored to do the Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey Foundation for single moms because I know Steve Harvey's heart is really for the young black boy. And these
Yeah.
single moms of young black boys are looking for solutions so that they can better raise their young black boys into men. And we're going to provide them a resource with Enrich University to show them simple techniques of how you can download a money app to your phone, how it takes less than 2 minutes to put in a trade, and how it's something that the kids will be fascinated with. You know, these kids are playing these video games, they're playing Fortnite and all of this stuff, and they know all these intricate details. So they're already in tech.
Yes.
So we're going to show them how to take the talent that they have in tech and use it into finances. That's why my company is FinTech, Finances and Technology, so that they can actually learn and develop a skill that can help the mom as well as help the son. So I'm
That's
excited to
awesome.
serve along with the credible women that's on this platform with what we do with Rich University.
Yes, and so how do they just go to the website to become a VIP? Um,
Yes,
okay, where can they go for that? For all of you that are tuning in and listening, get your pin out.
yes, get your pen out. Go ahead and get your pen out and just text it in your notes. You want to go to buybitcoinbaby.com, buybitcoinbaby.com, and everything that I provide will be there. You'll see Bitcoin Baby the book there. You'll have access to the VIP community there, where the group coaching is so much fun. It's so amazing. I do courses in there, master classes. We have special guests, and it's just a lot of fun and a lot of love. And we love to travel, so when the world opens back up, we travel to different places together. So it's a lifestyle. And then my investor academy that allows you to join my team. If you're looking to invest into Bitcoin and you want to have access to the educational platform that we provide with our partner company, then you can simply go to the last tab to join a team and be a part of that as well. And it's amazing. So buybitcoinbaby.com.
Buybitcoinbaby.com. And as you know, guys, we always add in all the links to all of our guests once the show's over. So you can go back in and click on them, and it will lead you directly to their websites as well as their social media pages. So you are linked with China and everything that she's doing because it's amazing and you don't want to miss out. And I know, like, I'm over here secretly wanting to type in and order my book right now. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to miss out. And so I know you said you, grew up in New Orleans and you had opened your first business out there. It was a hair salon, correct?
Correct.
Yes, and then how were the effects, because you were affected by Hurricane Katrina. And so
Mm-hmm.
tell us a little bit about that because I know you've come a long way and, picked up from where you're at. And, it's just a true phenomenon to see that. And it's just so empowering as well to know when something is ripped away and then to see your success even greater now than it was before.
Yeah, so my first business was a beauty salon in New Orleans. I love beauty. I've been an entrepreneur all of my life, and I opened up a salon on Xavier University's campus, and it was gorgeous 4,200 square feet, 2 floors. I was very young, fresh out of high school, and just living my dream. My husband and I, we married very young. He had a music production studio, and so it was just, me, him, and our little girl, and we were both doing very, very well. and Hurricane Katrina came. It came out the blue. We're not prepared. In places like New Orleans, we get hurricanes a lot. So
Yeah.
we don't take it as serious as everybody else because, it's going to rain, it's going to have some wind, it may flood, but we're going to be fine. So we
Yeah.
didn't realize that it was as severe as it was. The communication or the news, I mean, once again, we already don't take it that serious, but it was like a day before or 2 days before that the news began to really stress in a way that wasn't normal. And so the day before is when we started to really prepare to leave. We had no idea that we were going to be doing that. So we packed a weekend worth of clothes and came to Atlanta against their direction. They ordered us to go west because the storm was coming from the east, from Florida,
Okay.
and we went straight into the eye of the storm, not knowing it. And it was dangerous. It was, we were two SUVs of family members that just got out. By the time we made it to Atlanta, we were watching the news of New Orleans being underwater,
Oh
and we were
man.
just completely numb. I mean, we took a weekend worth of clothes, left everything there, and so we had to start over. We went from being business owners and homeowners to standing in line for food and clothes and having to figure out how to pick up the pieces and put things back together. It was just really a time where I kind of felt like I was going through a twilight zone. Like every day I woke up like, was that a dream or is this real?
Yes.
But I'm grateful because Atlanta has been really good to us. The schools have been amazing to my daughter, and we've been able to just really grow in a way that I don't know if I would have been able to grow in a smaller city like New Orleans. Love home, rich culture, amazing people and food, and I go home a lot. But I'm really grateful to be in Atlanta because I believe that I could serve at a higher level and I could give back
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, and that, it takes a lot building back from the ground up, and to hear your story and, what you're doing and even just building from that, leaving everything behind and having to start all over again is just amazing. And, just to ask you, what would you give to people, for a word of encouragement for those that maybe, maybe not in that particular situation, but people who have lost, everything and trying to build themselves back up, because you're just a tremendous light and a story of being able to go from that to where you are now. You're such a success and just a genuine, like, wholehearted person. Your personality, everything, but going from there to where you are now, you know, the struggles, what you would give to encourage somebody who needs to get back up and is interested also in joining, like the VIP. They're hearing your story now, how to get invested into Bitcoin, and, all tying in with such a successful woman.
Yeah, so I believe if somebody's going through anything in their life right now, no matter how dark it seems, no matter how hard it seems, just know that there's another side to it. And that's one of the reasons that I'm so transparent in my story because I remember going through things and thinking that it was the worst thing ever. And I
Yeah.
believe that's how people feel in their situations, whether it's them losing their job, whether it's them losing a loved one. People are going through that right now. Whether it's them losing a relationship and going through a divorce. People are going through a lot of tough things right now. But I want to encourage you to just keep pushing and keep going. I want to encourage you to surround yourself with people that's going to uplift you. I want to encourage you to start to speak differently about your life and what you want to see because our words are so powerful. What we speak
Yes.
out of our mouth, we also hear. And so you want to make sure that you are what I do in the morning is I wake up and I say affirmations. After my prayer time and meditation time, I wake up and I look myself in the mirror and I'm speaking affirmations. So regardless
Yes.
to what's going on or what's going to happen in my day, I'm setting the tone. And so no matter what you're going through and how dark it is, your mind and your imagination, you can create a reality that you want that you could really manifest. It's real. You could create something in your mind instead of being in that situation. Like I've had things that happen in the middle of my day that was like devastating. And sometimes you don't know how to function. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to just, sometimes you got to sit down and just take a deep breath to breathe because you feel overwhelmed that you just got that news of life is happening. And what I begin to do is I begin to change my body language, my motion of my body. I begin to start to say what I want to have happen and not what I just heard to have happen. And suddenly something changes. Suddenly something changes where I feel hopeful. suddenly something changes where I start to think a little bit differently.
Mm.
And so there's techniques and exercises that you can do to really get yourself out of that place in your mind. And once you're out of your mind, you can start attracting the things that's coming
Yeah.
around you because you see the perspective a little bit different. It's not the situation changes immediately, but you can change your mind immediately. And when you change your mind, you can absolutely change your life.
Yes, so good. And that's so good that you were talking about your words, because I tell people a lot here on the show, the power in your tongue has life and death in it, and so the words that you speak, you want to speak life over everything, and don't, you know, speak death into those situations, speak life into those situations. So I love that you brought that up, because that's one thing that I'm always, encouraging people: speak life into yourself. So I love that you said that, and having those words of affirmations to yourself is even so good. I just didn't even think of that, like having words of affirmation to yourself, but it's so good to just being able to change your mind. And I think that's where a lot of us battle is, like in our mind, right?
That's what a battle is. The battle is in it's the old you versus the new you. And there's a
Yes.
fight that's going on.
Yes. And it's such a fight, I think, a lot, because even like right now, being able to step out in business, for those entrepreneurs that are watching and listening, being able to take that leap of faith and step out, you're always battling in your mind, like, should I step forward, should I step back, should I move forward, what do I have to lose? And so it's always battling with your mind on where you want to go next. So so good, thank you for sharing that. And I know you are a cancer survivor, and so congratulations on that. And that is an accomplishment. Like, I can't even imagine going through that. And so, how did going through that help you, in your journey of moving forward and stepping forward into your businesses and
Well,
where you are now?
amazing question. That's such a good question. It makes you stronger. It makes you understand that you are not in control of what you're not in control of. But what you are in control of, you start to appreciate so much more. And I'm so grateful to have my husband who was by my side the whole time, making me feel beautiful, even going through chemotherapy, losing the hair. And when you lose your hair in chemotherapy, it's not just the hair on your head. There's no brows, there's no
Yeah.
lashes. And so, you don't feel so pretty. You don't feel so confident. You also feel sick, with nausea. And so he made me feel so beautiful. And one of the things that he did that was really important, and I encourage people to do this with those that they love that's around them, is he gave me hope for my future.
Mm.
He would always say, when you get out of this bed, because if you're in the bed and you don't know if you're going to get out of the bed, but you keep hearing when you do
Yeah.
and how amazing it's going to be, and that when you get out of this bed, you're going to go harder. When you get out of this bed, all the dreams, all of this, and that sticks to you. And this is why you have to have people around you
Yes.
who are going to speak life into you when you feel lifeless. And so it made me stronger. It made me appreciate the simple things in life. It made me hungrier to go and do it because there's not another life hanging up in the closet. He would always say, "We only have one life. You don't have another one hanging up in the closet." So it's not
Mm.
like
So good.
So it made me say, "Okay, now every goal, every dream that God has shown me, I'm going for it." So it
Mm.
made me more ambitious, more hungry. And so if you can allow the things that you go through in life when you get through it, if you can allow that to fuel you to say, wait a minute, if God allowed me to get through that, then I'm going for everything that He's put in front of me, then it would be a
Yes.
different outcome than if you allow the things you go through in life to cause you to stay stuck in, I went through this and I went through that. So I always tell my story from a perspective of empowering and not a perspective of, oh, woe is me. No, I made it. And that means that if God could do it for me, then He could do it for you.
Yes, that's so good. And I love that there's not another life hanging in the closet. That's so good. Like, I'm like, that hit me just now. I'm like, dang. I'm like, ah. But that's so good, because we don't, and it's just our one life, and we don't have that extra life. So, I love that like the encouraging words, and again, even those reaffirmations of like your community and the people around you. and so good. So, thank you for sharing that. I mean, and I love how open and transparent you are. It's so nice to see genuine authenticity, and we don't get that a lot nowadays. So, it's so awesome to see that from you, and just you can tell the kind of person you are just through that. And it just, I know for our viewers, I know for me, like that just attracts us to you so much more, because we know like you are truly speaking from the heart and the depths of like what you've been through. And so thank you for that. And so, you talked about you and your husband moving to Atlanta, and I heard you pursued a career in music. And
I
yes.
I pursued a career in music. It was going very well. I honestly, we had connections with a lot of celebrities at the time, but that's when cancer came in, and it was Katrina, and then a couple years later, cancer, um, and it just was devastating, And so I didn't have the choice to say I'm still going to pursue music at that time, but I did have the choice to say the video that we were planning to do 3 days after I found out I had cancer, I was going to do that video. And he didn't want us to do it. He was like, oh my God, he was so devastated. And I was like, this is more the reason that I have to do it. I'm going to do this video. And right after we filmed that video, I was going through the surgery to get the lumpectomy done to remove it and going through that process. But I still had the passion for music, but I felt like when I came through dealing with cancer that I had to still build up the confidence. It was a lot to go through mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And so I got back into the beauty industry. And then I retired a couple of years later to get involved in an industry that totally changed my life, which was network marketing. And I've been an advocate for it ever since, because most of us are miseducated about free enterprise. We're miseducated about what we do now, which is social media.
Yeah.
This is a social way for there to be a cyclical way that money could just move for all of us to benefit if you believe in the product. But most people, when they think about network marketing, it's not a positive thought that they have. And so I'm looking to change that narrative too, because it's helped me and so many people to find our purpose and really helping to develop people. That's really what the industry is all about. So after getting into hair, I made my first million because of something that I didn't even believe in, based on other people telling me what their thoughts were. But when I saw it for myself, I'm like, this is what I was praying for: time freedom, unlimited potential. I don't have to manufacture the product. You're going to give me the website, and I get to be around other like-minded people. Yes, this is it. And so I thank God that I didn't lean on my own understanding, and I thank God I didn't listen to the naysayers, because he has something so much greater in store for me. And it's been a blessing to help so many more people to have that reality too.
Yes, and I love that you say that about not listening to the naysayers, because I think a lot of times, again, when we talk about community and people being around us, you need those people that are, like you said, like-minded, those people that are going to push you, those people that are going to make you take that step. And if we always listen to what everybody says, what everybody's telling us, like, we're never going to move further. And so I love how you said that, because I think a lot of times everybody listens to the naysayers more so than the community of people that is there pushing them to do even better. So I love that. And so, I heard you are a DCX enthusiast. So tell us about that. Tell us those, that don't know what that might not be, they might not know what that is. Let us know what a DCX enthusiast is.
Let me ask you, do you know what DCX is?
Girl, let me tell you, I was like, all right, I need to catch up on a lot of this stuff, because I don't even know what that is.
So I have something called an investor academy that allows you to learn all things investing. But DCX is popping. It allows you, with our partner company, to learn everything about cryptocurrency, everything about Bitcoin, everything about blockchain. And it's so much more than just Bitcoin. It's just the big one of it, but it's a community where we have several different educators that are teaching you everything that you need to know. And we even have apps that you could download to your phone that allows trading to be very simple. So whereas most people think it takes a lot of time, they think that it takes a lot of money, and they think it's going to be hard, none of those are true. It takes about 2 minutes to put in a trade. You can start an account with $100, and you don't have to figure it out, because we're going to give you the answers to the test. So you get to earn money while you're learning how to actually do it efficiently and effectively on your own.
Sign
So
me
it,
up.
yes, that's what people like, wait a minute. Because we create these stories in our mind and we believe, oh, that's going to take a long time. I don't have time for it. Oh, that's going to take a lot of. No, just ask the questions. How much time is it going to take? How much money is it going to take? And what's the learning curve? And then that way we can let you know it takes 2 minutes to put in a trade. If you could commit 20 minutes a day, it'll change your life. It takes $100 to fund an account. You can grow that even 10% a week. Some people are doing 10% a day. And it's not hard because if you can follow directions, I'm going to tell you buy BTC USD, enter now, and put your take profit here. And once you do that, you just set it, you forget it. And when you go back and look at it, you see blue in profit. You're like, oh my gosh, I just took 10 cents to $252. How did I do that? So it's fascinating. It's amazing. And I'm honored to be leading inside of this space, especially as a woman of color, for more people in our community.
That's amazing. Girl, if I had even $20, I'd be like, I hit the lotto.
I put in a penny, and the penny turned to $4.62. I jumped up and down when I first put in my trade, like, oh my God, what to do, what to do? Because a penny to $4, where else could you do that?
Yeah.
If I could do that with a penny, then what could I do with a dime, and what could I do with a dollar?
Yes, and I know I'd be over there no matter where is it. Even if I was in the middle of traffic, take off my shoe, throw it, and do a little praise break. And so you are part of that. So is this part of your cryptocurrency and part of the VIP? Okay, so let us know more about that.
Yeah, so if you go to my website and you click on joining the team, which is the Investor Academy, and you select DCX, it's going to give you these tools. You won't really know what it is in the beginning. It's super affordable, and you'll have immediate access to the apps. You have access to real live educators. So just imagine if you wanted to learn how to play tennis and you had access to Serena Williams.
I'll be like, sign me up. I'm right here.
So you have access to the best of the best. The very first Bitcoin to Bitcoin real estate transaction was done by a gentleman who's on our platform. The guy that's leading in education. So we have access to the best of the best. My personal mentor, who is a person that's been on in this industry for 30 years. He's a billionaire that's given us access to him, as well as people like Bob Proctor, who's on the platform that many of us know from The Secret. So we have a lot of alliances with the best of the best. In fact, I brought in Les Brown, and he calls me his Forex mentor. And so I'm so excited because he's such a thought leader and a voice that we all can resonate with, and he is too a part of the platform. So it's amazing for the level of credibility that we have of people who are in here that's sharing and exposing more people to what we do.
Yes, that's so awesome. I'm so excited, and to learn more about cryptocurrency and the whole. I'm just like, sign me up right now, girl. Let's just go. Everybody, stop what you're doing.
Give me a reason to go to that. That would definitely give me a reason to come to Denver.
All right, I'm like, sign me up, girl. You got me. After the show, I'm signing up. And all of you out there, I know all of you's even listening. I know, like me over here, I have this big old grin on my face for those of you that are not watching live but can hear on the airwaves. And I'm just like, sign me up, because I'm just like, yes, do it. Like, I'm about to call you my mentor too, girl. I'm gonna be like, help me out. And so super excited about that. And so, we've talked a little bit about it, but you have partnered with Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation. And so tell us how that's been and how that's going and how that even came about.
So one of the young ladies who I've been knowing for a while, she's amazing, Sharon Page. Paige is incredible, and Paige knows what I'm doing to help the community, and she knows how we are impacting the next generation. And Steve Hart, as I mentioned, has been for, young Black boys to have opportunity. And so she connected me to be a part of the Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey's foundation by sharing with their moms how we could make impact on them and how it could give some spillover to their children, their sons. And so I'm excited to be on the platform speaking on Sunday. There's an Eventbrite. I'm sure you'll be able to share the details with everybody if they want to tune in to listen to it. But I believe that Steve and Marjorie Harvey, they're just doing a phenomenal job at giving back. I love what they're doing with the foundation, and I'm always honored to serve wherever I can.
Yes, and that's so awesome. And I love how much you're so just excited and just love that you love to serve and give back to the community. Because that's one huge thing. You know, we talk about community and we've even talked about community on here, but being able to serve and give back to the community, I feel, is so much more. And it just makes such a better connection, I feel like, with people in the industry because we know that, like, you're willing to get in there and serve and help us as well. And so, you know, that's just tremendous. And I love that about you. And so, you know, what other stuff would you like to share with us about how we can and invest into Bitcoin, more about your business, and you know if there's anything that I haven't asked that maybe stuff that you want to share with us about your company, about the VIP, about cryptocurrency, whatever you like to share.
So it's really simple. I made it very simple to go to Bitcoin Baby, buybitcoinbaby.com. That's the website you go to, buybitcoinbaby.com. You have the book there for somebody that just wants to get a little bit more information, 7 steps to take, baby steps to take to really getting into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin specifically. Then the Rich University VIP, which is group coaching, is all about mindset, courses, master classes, special guests that's coming in community. So you see what you get from me just in this interview. It's a community of people who need that, who want it, and who've now been able to rise up in it and now are a part of your circle. And so when you have a big idea, you come into the community and you share it. If you don't feel like you have friends or family to share with, that's going to encourage you and inspire you. So now you believe more. So when you do go to family members and friends, you don't need them for permission. You don't need them for approval because you got the support you really need there. And so that's amazing. And everything that I provide is really affordable. My Investor Academy is so amazing. We provide you even opportunities. I have been acquiring silver for quite some time. So this is my silver.
Ooh, nice.
Precious metals is so beautiful. And then even gold. I've been acquiring assets for a long time. Real estate, silver, gold. We even give you an opportunity to invest into oil wells. We help you to establish credit if that's what you need to do or get funding for your business. And so this is the gold cards here. We have pure gold bullion bars.
Ooh.
I know they can't see it. I know. Oh gosh,
they can see it. Yeah. So if you put it up, we can zoom the camera into it.
Okay.
And
so we got pure gold bullion bars that's inside of there. This is 5 gram bars, and so most of it is in a depository. But I show you how to get into gold acquisition, silver acquisition, or whatever it is that you need to do with our Investor Academy. So right now, what you see on the site, if you go there though, Bitcoin, binary options, foreign exchange, that's a way that you can really start making money right now. And I'm super excited about that and helping people to win. It's our largest community for sure with cryptocurrency. So that's the DCX or the HFX or the FRX, which is all on the website.
Yay, that's so exciting. And then just so I'm clear, just, you know, is that part of the VIP or is the VIP something different?
Separate. So 3 different things. Okay. The book, the VIP, which is group coaching, where you get mindset, and then the Investor Academy, where you get everything that you need to trade Bitcoin and learn about Bitcoin and things like that. So that would be the option that's on the website where you see the DCX and the Elite and stuff like that.
Okay, so there's 3 of them, guys. So go get your book so you can read it now. And for all of you that know that I like reading, you can purchase one for me too. I'm already speaking it out there. But yes, go get your book, get in the VIP, and also in the investment with the DCX. I'm super excited for that because I know there's a lot of people out there, just even speaking to people, you know, regular everyday job, that we always talk about, you know, how to invest. We don't know where to go. A lot of people don't share how to do it and where to do it, and so we get lost in all this stuff and kind of just step away from it. So this right now is just perfect for anyone who's out there that's been wanting to learn, knowing, and wanting to invest. Go now. And again, we're going to put all the links in the live and on the website so you can stay connected and go to China's website, get in there, get your VIP, order your book, get investing, and start changing your life as well.
I love it. So I have a phone number if they want to text us, and if they use Denver, I'll know it comes from you. So if you do decide to join, then guess what? You can help your whole community too. So if you want, I can give that phone number now, and if they just text Denver to this number, then we'll be
Yeah.
able to communicate with them. So that number is 404 737 0688. 404 737 0688. And if you would just text Denver to that number, I'll know you came from Melissa.
Yay! So all of you be texting that number now. I know you all on your phones out there, even in the streets and traffic hour. So pull it out, text it, hit Denver, and you're gonna get connected with an amazing woman who is gonna change your life. So do it now, guys. So super excited about that. And um, you are just such a successful woman in everything that you do. And I know there's a lot of women out there that always look for empowerment, always look for this. So, if there's just a word of advice that you would want to share with women out there about, your story is incredible. So, I hope you guys were listening. If you're just now tuning in, you could always go back and listen to the rebroadcast, also replay it. But, an incredible story of where you came from to where you are now. And just what word of encouragement would you give to women, about starting over, being able to pull through and be successful in their lane.
Yeah, I believe that first of all, you have to know that it's totally okay to start over. Okay to start over in relationships. Okay to start over on a new job if you may have been laid off. Okay to start over on a new business. It's okay to start over. Life happens sometimes, and you have to just keep moving forward. If the rain is coming down and it's a storm that's happening into your life, if you keep going, guess what's going to happen? Even if the storm is still coming down, you will be out of it. A lot of times people sit in their storms. The storm is
Totally.
happening and they pull over on the side. You don't want to pull over on the side. You want to keep going. You want to keep driving. You want to keep moving. You want to keep walking, pursuing toward that thing that you really want to have happen in your life. And before you know it, you'll look back and the storm will be behind you
Mm,
and you'll be in a beautiful sunshine. And so, whatever you're going through in life, allow it to make you stronger, allow it to make you wiser, allow it to make you an even better person, because I don't believe that things get easier. I just believe that we get tougher. And so
yeah.
anything that you go through in your life was designed for you to become stronger with it. So be mindful of your words. This is what you're going to get in VIP. We're going to show you how to speak life. We're
Mm,
going to show you the power of your words, because what you speak, you also hear. And so you got to
mm,
make sure that you're around people that's helping you to be more creative and not living in what you see around you, but sometimes living in your imagination so that you can create what you want to see around you in your
so
life. You're
good.
so much more powerful than you may know. You're so much more brilliant than you may believe. And I know that we're looking to celebrate you for your wins. You two are going to be speaking and sharing your story of what you've been through, and we are looking forward to hearing your story. So keep going. Don't throw the towel in. Use the towel to wipe the sweat off of your head when life is happening. But keep going so that we can hear your story too.
Yes, so good. I love that. And so, y'all, you need to join the community because you're hearing it right now. I mean, I'm encouraged and I'm like empowered. I'm like, girls, can I move to Atlanta? Like, I'll come out there right now. Let me make a
So
trip.
when you come here, I'm going to host you to show you all the fabulous places and all the fun things that we like to do.
And we're gonna eat, girl, cause
Okay.
everywhere I go, I love to eat.
I love the food too. Listen, I told them when I went to Dubai and South Africa, many of the countries I went to, if you feed me well, I'll come back.
Yes, well, trust, I'll feed you. So everybody here knows that when you're with me, they know they're are gonna eat. So half the time they're like, we don't eat because we know we're coming with you and we know we're going to eat somewhere. So I'll definitely fill you up. Homemade food, plus as well going out food, everything. So we love it. And so, I thank you so much for sharing about Bitcoin, sharing about your project, and just how successful you are and what you're doing out there for the community. And if there is anything that we haven't discussed that you would like to share, would you like to share now? Anything that maybe you want to speak about that we haven't discussed here in today's interview?
I think you did such an amazing job. You were so thorough. The questions were so specific. I believe that people were able to get enough to digest, but more importantly, to take action. Sometimes we're just getting information and
Yeah.
we're like, oh, that's good. Or, oh, I'm interested, sis. No, we passed the interested phase.
Yes.
It's time to go into the action phase. It's 2021.
Yes.
So we were interested in 2020. Now we're in action season. So this is the season that you are not leaving conversations like this saying, I'm interested. This is the season that you take action. The season that you go to the link, you click it, you trust yourself, you buy the book. The book is 33 bucks. The VIP is $37 a month. My investor academy, depending on how you work with me, I think the top package is under $400, and so everybody could afford to invite more money into their life, because every way that you work with me is you inviting more money coming into your life. So give
Yes.
yourself permission to do that. Trust yourself, and I want to see you on the inside.
Yes, and one thing that I love that you said too is investment. And what better way, guys, to invest in yourself
Mm-hmm.
by doing this? And I think we forget that sometimes. You know, we think of the dollar amount, but you got to think about investing in yourself. And so
Yep.
this is going to be an investment. So, how much do you want to invest in yourself to move forward? And I love that about taking action, because right now is the time to take action. There's no more
Yes.
sitting. You know, even with 2020, we're still, you know, in COVID, but I think a lot of us learned in COVID about ourselves, what we needed to truly invest in ourselves, what we need to go forward, and how we need to take that steps. And so this right here is giving you a full package. You're getting the book, you're getting the coaching, you're getting the you know, the great people to help you invest. And so what better way than to start now, take action now, and invest now. So super excited for what's to come, and you know, to see all the success and hear all your guys' stories as well about coming out of this into Bitcoin. Yes, and so okay, before we leave, girl, I have one more question. So, you know, I hear you talking a lot about God and with all things are possible, you know, and speaking about your faith a lot, and you know, so I can tell that your faith has a lot to do with it. And you know, me as a Christian believer, you know, I love that. And being, you know, scriptures, right? They help us a lot. They speak life into us. And so, what would be your favorite scripture? What encourages you right now that just, you know, gets you going and knows that, like, that gives you that peace that everything's going to be okay?
I like a lot of books in the Bible. If I had to say my favorite scripture that allows me to trust God, it would be lean not on my own understanding and always acknowledge God. All in all
Yes.
things that I do, acknowledge Him. I've lived by that, so that has allowed me to break barriers. Because if I leaned on my own understanding, I would stay in my head. And we only understand what we know and what we've been through. So if we're going to go to a new level, then we got to lean not on our own understanding, and in all things acknowledge God. So this is how I see it. If I lean not on my own understanding and I do something and it don't work, then hey, I'm gonna acknowledge God in the process. If I lean on my own understanding and it works out, guess what? I'm gonna acknowledge God in the process, because either I'm gonna win or I'm gonna learn. In life,
Yeah.
you don't have to lose. You either
Mm.
win or you learn. When you keep moving, you don't have to lose. You either win or you learn, because you dust yourself off in those learning experiences, in those learning lessons, and you get back up again and you keep going. So either you win or you learn. So I would say lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways. Acknowledge Him, because He is the one that really gives us everything that we need. So,
Yes, so good. That's so good. I love that. And I love how you said that we are winning or we're learning. And so I love that, because, you know, I think a lot of time we think we take L's, right? But we're really just learning. And so it's
yeah,
the process, trust the process.
that's right. That's it.
And so I just want to thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your amazing story, your success. Thank you for serving the communities and helping women and, you know, women of color, of all color. And so thank you so much for sharing that, and so excited to jump on this journey and take action with you. And so, for all of you, you know, thank you for tuning in as always here on KUHS Denver, the stream here on Ignite. And before we sign out, I would like to tell you, like I always tell you, if no one's told you today, you have purpose, you are loved, and you belong. So, your girl China, yeah, yes, queen.
Gotta get you guys to play Bitcoin Mommy on your radio.
Oh, girl, you send it and we'll play it right now. We'll throw it in there. You send the MP3 and we'll put it in the list
Yeah,
and we'll add it in.
so they can have a little bit of residue once I'm gone.
Yes, and we'll share that. I know I had it on. Everyone's like, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's the girl coming on today. You better download it." Getting saucy with it. And so,
Appreciate you guys.
yes, we appreciate you and thank you so much for coming on. Remember, when you come out to Colorado, I'm gonna host you. I'm so excited for you to come out and see the mountains. And when I get to Atlanta, girl, I'm excited.
Absolutely. I'm excited to thank you so much for listening. It was really an honor. I enjoyed myself and I look forward to connecting with you soon.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you again for tuning here on KUHSdenver.com. Love, peace, and God bless y'all.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
That was so good. Thank you so much.
I was a little nervous, not gonna lie. I was like, oh, I hope I do good for you. So
Oh, you're nervous.
I always get nervous because I always want to like highlight everybody at their best. So I'm always get nervous. But I think it's a good thing because I'm like, I feel like once you lose your nervousness, that
That's right.
you've
Because
moved on.
even every time I speak, I'm still very nervous. She's okay with that. Thank you, baby. Even every time I speak, okay, all right. So even every time I speak, no matter how many audiences I've spoken in front of, I still get bubble guts.
Yeah. I'm always nervous. I'm like, and then I get on and then I'm like, okay.
I love it. So I'm gonna say, how do I send you over the MP4 though?
Okay, so you could send it to Ksada. It's KSADA media at gmail.com, and then I can load it into the system.
KS
ADA media at gmail.com. Yes, I attached your song to the flyers. Everyone's like, okay. I was like, my queen has it going on.
KSADA media, KSADA media.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
Perfect, I got it. Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna send you that, and if there's anything else, anywhere else I can serve, I'm excited to do it.
Yeah, and whatever you have, we're proud to share it and, blast it all over. So just let us know. And I'm excited. I'm going on to the website now. I was looking at your book earlier and I was like, oh, I need to get this.